good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are watching this, welcome to the live broadcast of the third flight of Eternity-1. This launch is surely the most important one we have ever attempted, and if all goes well, it will be a giant milestone for our company. Hi, I'm Andrew.
And I am Emma. And we are your hosts for this broadcast.
We are currently at T-minus 6 minutes to the third liftoff of Eternity-1, our first orbital rocket, which is different from many rockets in some aspects.
Yes, exactly. Eternity-1 is fully reusable, which means that, once launched, no part of the rocket will be lost, all the components of the vehicle will return home to Earth ready to be reused. Once Eternity-1 has entered full service, this feature will ensure a launch deadline that we expect to be as high as 3 to 4 launches per month.
Eternity-1 consists of 2 stages. The first stage, equipped with 7 Hyata motors and 4 fins, placed on top, which ensure proper inclination of the vehicle during launch and help it maintain the right direction during the descent to the landing pad. The second stage is equipped with 8 Hyata mini motors that are placed around a metal heat shield that ensures the survival of the vehicle during re-entry into the atmosphere. At the top are the fairings. In most rockets, these are ejected during the launch phase and most of the time are lost. In this case, however, they are able to open and close, ensuring the release of the payload.
In this launch we will attempt to land the first stage, Booster B6, at Landing Zone 1. We have never tried this type of maneuver until now, and our team has worked hard to prepare the vehicle for this challenge.
In the previous flight, the booster landed in the ocean. Since the landing zone is quite large, we decided to attempt this maneuver at the next launch. In fact, in the second flight, the vehicle landed with an accuracy of about 3 meters, so we have good hopes for the success of this maneuver.
This is also our first commercial mission. Aboard the second stage today there are 6 satellites belonging to 2 different companies. 2 Demosats by Aurora Space. 2 Minic. And 2 Minid, produced by Kuiper Space.
The second stage will remain in orbit for 4 days. This is to test various systems such as the onboard batteries. This is because for missions where there will be a need to carry payloads to higher orbits, the vehicle will need to be refueled in orbit, and thus will need to remain in space for much longer. We currently plan to test docking in orbit with a second vehicle and fuel transfer for the 4th flight of the cargo stage and the 5th, which will accomplish the refueling stage. Once the second stage is ready for this flight, it will land in the ocean.
To accomplish this type of mission we will need to launch 2 rockets within a short time of each other. In fact, on your screen, if you look closely, behind the rocket we are starting to build a second launch pad. This one is very different from the previous one. In fact, the fact that it is elevated ensures that you can build a flame trench to deflect the flames and smoke from the engines away from the rocket. It will in addition be equipped with a more advanced fuel farm, capable of refueling the rocket faster.
We are approaching the time of launch and all systems are go. Let's list all the steps we will have to go through before the launch and during it. The next step will be the strong back retract, where the structure, which you see on your screen next to the rocket, will move away from it to give it more room during liftoff. After that, the launch director will give the go for launch. Immediately after that will be the startup, where the onboard computers, once they have verified all the systems, also give the go for launch. And here we are at liftoff. The rocket shortly after will reach the max Q phase, where the aerodynamic stress on it is at its maximum. After that, at the right altitude, the first stage engines will shut down and the 2 stages will be separated, while the second stage will continue its journey to orbit. The booster will perform the boost back burn, where it will reaccelerate the engines back toward the launch center.
In the re-entry phase it will fire the engines for the last time, before the landing burn, to slow down and use the gas expelled from the engines as a heat shield. And finally, it will conclude its journey with the most anticipated moment, the landing burn, where it will ignite one of its 7 engines, to slow down and lay down on the ground at Landing Zone 1. If we get to that point, it will be crazy.
I can't wait to see the boosters firing their engines as they speed down through this beautiful clear sky. Beautiful drone shot. Here you can see the second launch pad under construction and in the distance Landing Zone 1.
Strong back retract.
As you can see, the strong back is moving away from the rocket.
Strong back retract complete.
The strong back is fully retracted. Now we wait for the go for launch from the launch director.
T-30 second. Startup. Eternity-1 is go for launch.
And here we are. Eternity is ready to take flight for its third time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
And liftoff. Liftoff of Eternity-1, carrying Rideshare-1, its first commercial mission.
Vehicle is pitching down range. Max Q.
The vehicle is passing through max aerodynamic pressure.
Miko. Stage separation.
And there the stages have separated. Now on your screen you can see the view of the booster on the left, and the view of the second stage on the right.
Boost back burn startup.
The booster has reignited 3 of its engines and is pushing back to the launch site.
Boost back burn shutdown.
The booster has successfully completed the boost back burn and/or on its way back to landing zone 1. The next step will be the re-entry burn, which should take place soon.
Seco.
The second stage successfully completed the first of its 2 burns to orbit.
Entry burn startup. Entry burn shutdown.
The booster completed the re-entry burn. and is continuing its descent to landing zone 1. Let's wait for the landing burn.
The booster is descending fast through the atmosphere. We are coming to the landing burn. Let's see and hear.
Landing burn startup.
And here is the landing burn.
The booster is coming to landing zone 1.
Landing leg deployed. Booster touchdown.
And Booster B6 successfully landed for the first time at the landing zone.
Wow, absolutely insane. We landed the booster on the first attempt.
This is absolutely crazy. Giant congratulations to the entire Collision Space team. This is a huge milestone for our company and for rocket reusability.
Incredible.
Landing operator proceed for post-landing operations. Orbit burn startup.
And while the booster is standing there on the ground, the second stage has turned the engines back on for the orbit burn.
Orbit burn shutdown. Nominal orbit.
The second stage is in orbit. Now we wait for the fairings to open and the payload to be released.
Fairing opening. Fairing opening complete.
Fairings are completely open. Beautiful view of our planet Drew.
Payload release sequence initiated. Demosat release. Minic release. Minic release. Payload release sequence complete.
All payloads were successfully released. What an amazing mission. Congratulations to the entire Collision Space team. And we want to thank our customers for choosing us for their mission. Now the second stage will remain in orbit for about 4 days, and then re-enter the atmosphere and land in the ocean. Stay tuned to our channels, X and YouTube. Don't miss the live coverage of Eternity's amazing re-entry. See you next time.
Bye.